Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday, number 146 on the Mana League. I'm John as always, and we've got our final sponsored pack of Masters 25. This pack is sponsored by longtime viewer Sidian. All of the cards in here are going to go to him. Next week, we've got a set review for Dominaria. It's already here. And then the week after that, we will be starting with Dominaria Crack Packs. Every sponsor who was a sponsor before April 1st is going to be eligible. Sorry, every sponsor at the $5 or more level is going to be eligible to get the cards each week. I will randomly choose each week who's going to get the cards, and all those cards will be sent to them, or the rare, or just the foil, or just the cards they want, or whatever you want. I'll talk to you in messages if you are the one each week that gets the cards. If you want to get in on that, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until May, but become a backer at $5 or more. It's charged at the first of every month, and as long as you are a backer at the first of every month, you'll be eligible for all the packs that month. Anyways, we're going to crack this pack open, see what's in it, hope that we get something better than the last few rares that we've gotten, and see what we would take pack one, pick one if this was a draft. Up first, we have Act of Treason, a card in that deck that I've talked a whole bunch about. Act of Treason, 2 and a red from M10. It's a sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. This card in the Aristocrats deck, where you sacrifice them, so you steal their creature, you attack with their creature, you sacrifice their creature so they don't get it back, is really good. Act of Treason, however, as key a part of that deck as it is never a first pick. This will come back around to you guaranteed. Do not first pick it. Up next is Auramancer. Auramancer is 2 and a white for a creature human wizard. It's a 2/2. When Auramancer enters the battlefield, you may return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. I think we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago. It's okay. It's not the best. If you have pacifisms or things that you would really like to get back, a Courser Crucifix, an Eidolon of the Great Revel that's going to die, this is a great way to get it back. If you don't, it's an overcost of 2/2 and you're not playing it. This is a card that you pick up real late in the draft, late pack 2, late pack 3, when you already have the targets. It's not a first pick. Up next is Ruthless Ripper. Ruthless Ripper is a single black mana for a creature human assassin from Khans of Tarkir. She's a 1/1. She has Death Touch, and she's a morph, so you can pay 3 to put her face down as a 2/2. To unmorph her, you reveal a black card from your hand. When Ruthless Ripper is turned face up, target player loses 2 life. Ruthless Ripper is great. One of the great morph cards up there with Woolly Loxodon. Just super, super good. Being able to surprise unmorph a Death Toucher is going to kill a lot of things. That 2 extra life points is really good. And if you have to just play it as a 1/1 for 1, Typhoid Rats is totally fine. Probably not a first pick in the vast majority of packs. Let's hope this pack's better than first picking Ruthless Ripper. Up next is Chartooth Cougar. Chartooth Cougar is 5 and a red for a creature cat beast from Scourge. It's a 4/4. Pay a red. Chartooth Cougar gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It has mountain cycling for 2 generic mana. So you pay 2 mana, you throw it away, you go and find a mountain in your deck and put it into your hand. Totally fine card if you're splashing for red. If you've got a Prosh in your deck and you're black-green, you can put this card in your deck, pay 2, go find your mountain, and if you already have your mountain, you can cast this, and you get yourself an overcosted 4/4 with Fire Breathing. Totally fine, never a first pick. Up next is Retraction Helix. Retraction Helix is a single blue mana for an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gains tap. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. This is a fine card by itself. You basically build your own Mana War, except the Mana War can't attack, and it does hit permanents as opposed to creatures, so you can do more. You can hit their Jace, you can hit their artifact, whatever. But of course, in the crab combo, where you can put this on the crab and then untap the crab, tap it, untap the crab, tap it, untap the crab, tap it, etc., you can basically wrath their board, or at least temporarily wrath their board. River's Rebuke their board, I suppose. Yeah, in that deck, obviously, it's super good. In every other deck, it's fine. It's the first pick currently, I would say, but let's hope we find something better. Let's not be too optimistic. Let's keep it in frame. Plummet is up next. 1 and a green for an instant from M11. Destroy target creature with flying. Awesome sideboard card. When you sideboard this in, because there's scary flyers, it's going to be fantastic, but it's not a first pick because there's just not that many flyers. There are flyers, and they're good, but you don't main deck that card. Up next is Court Hussar from one of the Dissension or the other one, Guild Pact. I can never tell. 2 and a blue for a creature, Vedalken Knight. It's a 1/3. It's got vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 3 cards of your library, and then you put them back. Or sorry, you put one into your hand, and then the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So it's like Brainstorm, except they go to the bottom as opposed to the top. So it's arguably better than Brainstorm in some scenarios, but not all. When Court Hussar enters the battlefield, sacrifice it, unless you pay white to cast it. So you have to pay 1 white blue to get a 1/3 with the pseudo Brainstorm. But you can pay blue 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 or blue red blue or whatever. You cannot pay white to get just the effect. Court Hussar is okay. If you're really digging, if you're digging for crab combo, this is great. If you're digging for any combo, this card is great because it really digs you. It gets you 3 cards deep, it draws a card, it throws 2 cards you don't need on the bottom, so they're basically gone. Yeah, it's fine in decks, but it is a mid-pack pickup, nothing higher. Up next is Assembly Worker. 3 generic mana for an artifact creature Assembly Worker. It's a 2/2. Tap, target Assembly Worker creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So there are Assembly Workers, where you can tap these to turn another one of these into a 3/3. Mishra's Factory is in the set, so you can activate Mishra's Factory, which becomes a 2/2, and tap this to make it a 3/3. There's also Self-Assembler, which is an Assembly Worker, which is a 4/4, so you can tap one of these to make it a 5/5. You can build the Assembly Worker decks. They can be decent enough, but you've got to get lucky with them, and you don't get into them by first picking an Assembly Worker. Kind of like Timberpack Wolves, you see this, you know, pack one, pick one, you pass it, you see another one, or a factory, or something like that. And then eventually you pick one up, knowing this one will come back around. And then in pack one, you're already getting into the deck. But it is a deck that you get into on the wheel, not on the pack one, pick one. Death's Hand Buzzard is 1 black for a creature bird. It's a Scourge card. 2 and a 1 for a flyer. When Death's Hand Buzzard dies, all creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. This can be good. It can wrath some boards. It can seriously damage some other boards. It's something that you can side into in the Aristocrats deck. You know, if you see a bunch of 1/1 spirits or something, side this in, sack it to your Phyrexian Ghoul. Whoops, I wrathed your board. And it's also just a 2/1 flyer for 3, which is okay. It's a fine card. Goes in a bunch of decks, sideboards really well, but it's not a first pick. Skeletonize is up next. 4 and a red for an instant from one of the Alara sets. Let's say Alara. Skeletonize deals 3 damage to a creature. When a creature dealt damage this way dies this turn, create a 1/1 black skeleton creature token with black, regenerate that creature. So it's 5 mana to deal 3 damage at instant speed to a creature. It's pretty expensive for Lightning Bolt, but we'll pay it. We'll whine about it, but we'll pay it. But you also get a 1/1 that's going to block like crazy if you are also in black, because a 1/1 regenerate, it's going to hold off a lot of things. That 6/7 Woolly Loxodon, doesn't matter. I got a 1/1 skeleton. It's going to block it forever. Yeah, this is fine. I would consider first picking it. It's going to be a real bad pack to first pick it, but so far it's a bad pack. Let's see what the uncommons have. The uncommons have Undead Gladiator. Undead Gladiator is 1 black for a creature, zombie barbarian from Onslaught, where it used to be a rare. It's a 3/1. You can pay 1 and a black to discard a card and return it from your graveyard to your hand only during your upkeep. Be aware of that. You can also cycle it for 1 and a black. This card's really versatile. You can play it as a 3/1 for 3, which is a decent enough cost. You guys know me, I like 1 and a white or 1 and a black for a 3/1. But when it dies, you can just bring it back, and then you can also bring it back, cycle it, bring it back, cycle it, bring it back, cycle it, turn after turn. This can really filter through. I like Undead Gladiator. I don't think I'd first pick it, but I do like having it in most black decks unless I'm straight out aggro. If I want some card advantage, it's good card advantage. Our next uncommon is Nyx Fleece Ram. Nyx Fleece Ram is from Journey into Nyx. It's a 1 and a white enchantment creature sheep. It's an 0/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life. This can be annoying. An 0/5 for 2 is going to block for a large number of turns. You know, 3, 4, 5 turns. And that's 3, 4, 5 life that you've gained. Nyx Fleece Ram can be really annoying. It can really hold off games. If you are in blue-white crab combo, this is going to let you live long enough to get the crab combo going. I like Nyx Fleece Ram. I would consider first picking it in some packs. This looks like a pack where I have to consider first picking it. So I guess we can keep it in frame, but we can throw all these cards away because we've got a Merfolk Looter. In fact, let's just do that. Merfolk Looter is 1 and a blue for a creature Merfolk Rogue from Exodus. It's a 1/1 tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Merfolk Looter is just amazing. It's always been amazing. It's going to continue to be amazing. It's a 2-mana 1/1, so it comes down really early, and then all of those lands that you don't need become something better. All of those, I don't know, skeletonizes that you are 4 mana away from casting, I guess 3 mana away from casting, become Nyx Fleece Rams. That's a weird deck, but looting is just amazing. If you don't understand why looting is so good, you really need to read some articles about that. The card advantage is just crazy. Merfolk Looter is a prime target to kill. I would use a murder on a Merfolk Looter easily. If you don't kill this fast, you are going to get buried in card advantage. What goes well with a Merfolk Looter? Niv Mizzet, the Firemind. I guess I didn't show the foil. Niv Mizzet the Firemind is 2 blue, red for a legendary creature dragon wizard from the one that isn't Dissension or Guild Pact. It's a 4/4 flyer. Whenever you draw a card, Niv Mizzet the Firemind deals 1 damage to target creature or player. You draw a card every turn, just saying. Also, tap to draw a card. Also, tap to loot to draw a card and ping. Niv Mizzet the Firemind is fantastic. Throw a Quicksilver Dagger on the crab and have a Niv Mizzet out, you're going to win. Niv Mizzet's a super fun card. Obviously, it locks you into the deck that you want to be in if you first pick it, but it's powerful enough that I would first pick it, and it's fun enough that I would first pick it. So what's this foil that I kept back and didn't show first? Is it crazy? No, I just forgot that I should have shown the foil first. It's a foil Vessel of Nascency. Single green mana for an enchantment, pay 1 and a green, sacrifice it, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You can put a permanent into your hand, an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, or a planeswalker. So I guess if they invent a new permanent later on, you can't do it, but you know, put the rest into your graveyard. Vessel's fine. It really works in a deck that needs to hit some off-color lands or things, or it lets you hit your creature. It turns a bad starting hand into a good starting hand. It's a cool card. I would, if I could, I would have a Vessel of Nascency in basically every green deck ever, but it's never a first pick. So we're really looking at Merfolk Looter or Niv Mizzet, and I think the question is, do you like having fun or not? If you don't like having fun, and you are super serious about winning this draft, you probably just take the Merfolk Looter, and if you want to have some fun, you take Niv Mizzet the Firemind. What would you take? Let me know in the comments below. Would you be on the Looter? Would you be on Niv Mizzet? Is there something else you would want? And what would it be? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at the Mana Leak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at facebook.com/manaleak, twitch.tv/manaleak, and patreon.com/manaleak. If you like the content, click that thumbs up button. If you haven't already and you want to see more, click subscribe. And if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see you all next time.